Floss Tube. Welcome to my channel, Stitching is Elementary. This is Floss Tube number 22. My name is Kara Lee, and welcome to my channel. So welcome back, all of my regular subscribers that have been watching since the beginning, and welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you for stopping by and checking me out. It's been about 4 weeks. I think tomorrow will be 4 weeks since my last video. I did not plan to go that long. You never do. But I try to do them every 2 weeks, or I always want to do them every 2 weeks. But it just has not been the time between school and trying to stitch and quilt and everything. I just haven't wanted to stop and do a video. And even today, like right here, was a complete disaster. I had so much stuff sitting all around on my table because I have so many projects, which I'll talk about later, that I'm starting. And I thought, I do not want to clean up that table. So then I tried to do it in different spots in my house. I tried to do it in my chair over here. I tried to do it in my chair in the family room, but the lighting was awful everywhere. So I cleaned it off, kind of. I just moved everything to my ironing board over there. So anyhow, but at least we're getting a video in because I do have lots to share with you. So let's get started. I have been trying to be better about filling in my book of days, which look is falling apart. So it's good we're going to be at a new year fairly soon. So I've got a good bit filled in there. I've stitched most days. There's a few days where I didn't write anything, but I think I did stitch on those days. There's only about 2 months I think I didn't do anything because I was so wiped from school. Anyway, so I'm going to go over some almost finishes, my WIPS, and some haul, and some holiday haul too I got for decorating because I'm going to decorate today. And then some plans, and we'll see if I stick to any of them. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, finishes. So there'll be a little bit of quilty mixed in here. I'll probably do another quilty update fairly soon because I have some big quilts that are finished. But I pulled out, like I have these like these are all Halloween quilty like fabric and kits and stuff back here. So I thought before I buy any more, I need to pull those out and try to finish. And this one particular one that I got finished, I've seen people putting out now because it was a kit that you got from Timeless Traditions. So I'll show you. I know Olivia Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, I think that's where I originally saw it maybe. I don't know. I got it last year. But I saw she had it finished, and then I saw a bunch of people on Instagram that had it like in their photos of cross stitch behind. I was like, oh, I have got to get to that and finish it. So I had pulled it out a long time ago and looked through everything and kind of made a plan of what to do. And then I kept shoving it aside. So finally, a few days ago, I just dove in, sewed it all together. I mean, I don't know if anybody else had this, but not the best directions in the world. Like I had to really figure it out. They gave you everything to make it, everything, even the backing. Yeah, the backing too, but not the best directions, but I did figure it out. I mean, I've been quilting for 20 some years. I should be able to figure out, but I like very step by step. Fat Quarter Shop has really, and Lori Holt have made me soft on figuring stuff out on my own because they go step by step and they tell you absolutely everything you need to do. So I've gotten very lazy. So, but anyway, I figured it out and I got everything but the binding done. And it's adorable. And I even machine quilted it myself. My Juki I got working again. It wasn't working for free motion quilting, but I got it working and there it is. The machine quilting, I will show you, it is not by any means perfect. I am not a good machine quilter. I have been practicing for years and I just can't get good at it. So like that star, I almost ripped out right there, that big star, because I didn't like how it turned out. But mostly I just did a squiggle with some loops and some little stars I did in the pumpkins, which you can't really see. Yeah, you can't really see it, I don't think. Let's see if I get up close here. Well, I can't see it at least. I don't know if you can. But anyway, it's just basically a squiggle quilt with some loops and some little stars in there. And yeah, it's finished. Here's the back. And they even give you the binding fabric, so it's a nice little kit. And I was glad my machine started working again. I had put my Juki away for a long time because I could piece on it, but I couldn't machine quilt on it. And that's really what I wanted it for. Because I like my Bernina is good for piecing too, but it's not good for machine quilting because the throat space is so small. where the Juki's throat space is big. Now the Juki is awesome for piecing on. It's great, but I like to have two machines set up, one for piecing and one for quilting, so I don't have to keep changing them out. So I've used my Juki for piecing a lot, and I love it for that. But when it works, I love it for quilting. So anyway, it worked beautifully, so we're just going to cross our fingers that it keeps working. So yeah, got that one done. Called Pumpkin Patch. So by Timeless Traditions. I don't know if they still have the kit available on their website, but they probably, I would think, have the pattern. Anyway, it's cute, and it's just, I think, 18 by 18. It's just a little one. Okay, so that is one finished. And then I got my witches done, which if you follow me on Instagram, you saw. But I also got it laced, and I have a frame ordered. So I put on Instagram, I showed the back right here, where I finally learned to lace it. I had watched Lori Holt's video, which was very good, just not quite detailed enough for me because I really was worried about doing it and I really wanted to do a good job. So it just didn't, there were some questions I had after hers. So, but I couldn't find anything about how to do it. This one really picks up the lint. I'll put a little stuff on. But anyway, I couldn't find anything. Finally, I find this obscure video of this little old guy in England who does this for a living. And he just did actually 2 videos on lacing. One is just one is just the second part of, the second one is just let me start over. There are 2 videos. It's lacing one piece in 2 parts. It just took him 2 videos to show the whole thing. So I watched that and it made a whole lot more sense to me. And I'll kind of explain why. And I've had some people ask to tell how I did it. So I have a almost finished coming up here, and I think I'm going to try to record me doing it, but I'll also link the video of the guy on YouTube so you can see that as well. But the biggest thing, Lori Holt had said she used crochet thread, which I tried, and it does work great. It's super strong and easy. But hers and a couple other lacing videos I watched, they cut the thread and knot it, and that's where I was having a lot of trouble. It was just hard to work with. I felt like I was getting it tangled. I'm not good at making knots, so they were pulling through. Anyway, I just didn't like that. I'm like, there's got to be a way to do it without cutting it. And that's what this guy did. He puts it in a bowl like this, or some, you know, I put it in a bowl, but he had a different kind of bowl. But anyway, and he just pulls it out as he goes, and he shows how he tightens everything up and pulls it as he goes. And that was what made it awesome for me. I was like, okay, that's what I needed to know. Perfect. So anyway, now this is not perfect. It is not perfectly, it's just not perfect. It's pretty straight, but this was really wonky. This got really wonky when I was done with it anyway. But I'm able to still, that's what I love about lacing. I'm able to still kind of push and pull and get it in the right spot where I want it to be. Anyway, so here it is. Da-da-da. So I may have wanted to leave a little more fabric. After I did it, I thought, should I have left a little more fabric around the design? I could have. I go back and forth on whether I want, you know, only like a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch around the design, or whether I want more. I see some where it has more fabric and I like those, and then I see some where it only has like a 1/2 inch around it and I like those. So I don't know. But I'm happy with it. And it's finished, right? Trying to finish things even though maybe I don't feel like they're perfect, because otherwise everything just sits around here and finished. So then I thought I knew exactly what kind of a frame I wanted, and as I was looking and, you know, putting it up to those types of frames, it wasn't what I wanted at all, really. I thought I wanted something really like vintagey but ornate, with maybe scroll work and stuff around it. I didn't like it. I think maybe because this is so simple, so kind of primitive. I don't know. So I ended up finding on Etsy a frame maker who is making me, it's a big, thick black wood frame that's distressed quite a bit. And I'll link below the name of them. I have another frame from them that I just love. And they actually called me to just double check and get the sizes. So we talked on the phone about that. So hopefully I told them the right, hopefully it comes right. I told them the exact size of this, and they were trying to explain how the lip takes off a 1/4 inch. And so I was just like, well, I want this to show. And this is the size it is. So you send me what you think I need. So hopefully that will be good. But yeah, I'm really happy. Salem 1692 by Roveris. And And here is the lacing on the back. And he had said he likes to add on fabric so that he can get it really close and not even leave this much space. So I did it, and I think it's fine. I mean, you don't necessarily need to do it. But if you only have a little bit of your cross-stitch fabric left, this would definitely be helpful. So this is just like a white cotton. He said he just used a calico, as he called it. But anyway, there it is. So I'm just waiting for the frame to come. I paid for it. They've sent it. It just should be here soon. Okay. So those were my only finishes. Let's see where we are. So let's get on to WIPS. Yeah. All right. So since it's Sampler September, I did want to do more samplers. But I just find I can't get myself away from Halloween because it's September too. So I've been doing a lot of Halloween and fall stitching as well. But I did work a little bit on Tom's Foolery. I like to work on this while I watch Nicola's videos from Hands Across the Sea. And it's not much, but it's a little bit more. I don't even remember what I had last time, but I just added a little bit more in here, I believe. And maybe this, I'm honestly not sure, but I'm pretty sure I worked on it a teeny bit more. But anyway, that's where I am on that. It's going to take forever unless I spend many days working on it for a while and get some knocked out, which, you know, maybe after Christmas I will. Holiday stitching really gets me. I guess because I'm a fairly new stitcher, I really want a lot to decorate my house. And I love holidays. I love decorating for them. So I find that takes precedence over stitching on my samplers, even though I love stitching on these. It's so much fun. And this next one too is really fun. So this is, hold on, let me turn the page over so I don't show you the chart. From Whilst Iris Naps, Agnes Lyle, 1832. Now, here is my, there's always something I'm not sure about with counts of fabric. So this is fabric from my 32 count Lugana Color and Cotton Club, which I changed. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Let me show you first. So this Lugana, it's 32 count, which I would always use 2 strands. But for some reason, it seems tighter than 32. And so I was like, it seemed really like, not hard, but it was just, I could feel pulling through the 2 strands. Just seemed thicker than it normally does on 32 count. So I thought, let me try 1 strand. So this is what I have for 1 strand. What do you think? Like, I like it, but then I'm not sure. Let me get a board. Hold on. I'm going to run around and just grab it. I'll be right back. And I'm dropping stuff. Okay. My rolly chair today. All right, let's see. It's wrinkly. Okay, so here is what I have done. Sorry for the shadow from my light. I just want you to see up close though. I think it looks fine. I think it would look really good with 2 strands too. So I think I might try so I haven't done the berries on this side. I think I might try some of the berries on this side with 2 strands again and see what I think, which I like better. I mean, it would be fine because it is a reproduction sampler, so I don't mind if it looks more vintagey. But I can't decide. So if you have any thoughts, I don't know if you can see it well enough to give an opinion, but you think I should go to 2 strands, or if you like the 1 strand, or if you think it doesn't matter, let me know. But yeah, this is, I don't remember the name of this. It's 32 count Lugana though. That's the club I'm in. So then, I have a project coming up that was kitted with 36 count linen. Weeks beige, I think it is. And I, all of a sudden, loved stitching 1/1 on that 36 count, which remember I said I can't do 40 count at all, and I kind of assumed 36 would be pretty much like 40, and I feel like I've even tried a 36 and I didn't like it, but this one I loved. See, that's the thing, like one day something might be too hard, the next day not so much, or if it's daytime it's easier, and if it's nighttime it's too hard, or anyway. But this one, I know I didn't have the berries put in last time. I'm not sure if I even had all of the tree done. But that's my progress on that, my little teeny baby progress, because I've been trying, this week I started putting in 1 strand a day in the morning, and I think I did it all but one day, so I was able to get all those berries in. As we all know, I'm a very slow stitcher. So I have to decide what I want to do with that, and I'll talk more about the 36 when I get to that project. There may be a reason why that was easier, and I'm not going to even show you. I'm using the called for colors on this one, and it's, I think, all DMC. Yeah, it's all DMC, and I don't have it on rings, and it looks a mess, so, but it's called for. Okay, so those are the 2 samplers. Oh no, there's one more, but it's a new start, so I'll show it during new start. Okay, so then from previous WIPS, I finally am almost done with, just because I keep putting it down forever, it really didn't take this long, Sew by Row. And this is the one I think when I'm done, I'll film me lacing it, because I'm really close. I mean, I messed up on the back stitching, so I had to rip that out or I would be done. So here it is. So since last time I put in, well, just all the back stitching. So I finished the irons. You know, I hadn't finished all those. This one I hadn't done the top handle, so I picked that color and did that. Finished all the back stitch cords, which are so cute. And I back stitched all the little tomato pins. And then I started back stitching along here, but I was coming out at a different spot at the end of every row, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, that's not right. So I went back and realized in both the rows at different places, I had instead of, you know how you go over one and then go back, I had gone over 2 holes. So I was pulling it all out, and so I just have this row and this row to do. I have to go back and check this one. I'm not sure if I redid this one yet, and then I'm done. I'm pretty sure, right? I always feel like I say I'm done and then there's something I'm missing. I find out later, but I'm pretty sure that's it. So then I'm going to frame this. I have the frame I got at the Goodwill. Then I'm going to paint, I think, pink. And I got like 4 different shades of pink chalk paint from Walmart. And we'll see which one I like the best. And yeah, and so then I'll do that. That is a lacing video to show you. All right. So in that same bag, this is a new start, I think, but I'm just going to show you because it's in the same bag. My cute little bag from So Much to Love. I love her bags. They're really cute. Okay, so I am a sucker for a stitch along, even though I can never keep up with them, ever. So, but I did start all the trimmings, and I'm starting it on 28 count witch held, which I know I totally poo-pooed witch held. But in black, it is easier to see. And so my thought was, because Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop always talks about how she loves witch held. And she does all that chalkboard black, lots of patterns on the chalkboard black. So I thought, then I started thinking, well, why don't I like it? It's very thin, it's very see-through. So maybe it would be easier to stitch on black, because I do struggle with stitching on black. And it is, because you can just see the holes because it's so see-through. So I can't show you because all I have are the charts, but it's all the trimmings. It's on the Fat Quarter Shop website and blog. But here is how far I am. This is week 1, the little berries, which, oh my gosh, I love the red with those white dots on this black. I think is so pretty. And then the second week is the stockings, which these stockings are adorable. And then the third week, which just came out, will be bows. So I got to try to get this done. But I was really trying to keep up. But, you know, when you have 60 million projects and you start more, you can't keep up. So, yep. So I really like that. And there's a new floss tuber. Here, I wrote her name down so I didn't butcher it. Penny's Daughter Shares. I've been following her on Instagram for a while, and she was saying she started her first floss tube, so I went and watched it. She is awesome. You have got to go check her out. Her name's Michelle, I think with 1 L. And I mean, I just love everything she's stitching. And she's finished a lot, and she's been stitching a long time. So she's got a lot of projects done, and it's kind of all the kind of stuff I love as well. A lot of Brenda Gervais, just a lot of pretty stuff. But she is doing this on a Witchelt, like a brownie green, real vintage or real like prim color that is beautiful. If I hadn't started it on this, I probably would have done that. So go check her out. Definitely Penny's Daughter Shares on Instagram and YouTube. She has 2 floss tubes up now, and she's just awesome. She shows so many beautiful stuff and lots of finished stuff. And anyway, yeah, so check her out. So that was a new start, but I'm showing it here. I have more new starts. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I kept going September new start number 1, September new start number 2, and it seems to be on the weekend I keep starting, but now I've kind of slowed down. Okay, so here's all. I'm using the call for floss, but I had them all, so I didn't have to order it at Quarter Shop. Messy. Okay, all the trimmings, and I also have everything to make the quilt that goes along with that. But I'm waffling because I'm not sure if I want to do it. I got a black background for it because that's what it calls for, and that's what matches the cross stitch. But then a Quilting Life, Sherry McConnell showed hers, and she did a white background, and it's really pretty too. So once again, because of colors, I am stuck on which I want to do. So we'll see if we get to that. I also have the Bats and Booze. I definitely really want to do. I have it all starched, ready to go, laying here on my ironing board. I'll show you at the end my ironing board, because this is everything that was on my table. All the stuff I want to start. I just pulling stuff out. I want to start this, I want to start that. Pulled all these baskets out, all these old projects I've had that have just been in bags or just the pattern and some fabric. And I just want to start them all. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, so then, oh, this one. Oh no, this isn't the one. Okay, this one's good. Although today and yesterday, this week I've had more ripping out and stitching wrong. I don't know, I mean, did I say I'm on fall break? Yesterday was our last day of school for a week. I'll talk more at the end with personal update about school, but this year has been crazy. So maybe that's why this week I keep messing everything up, I don't know. But I've been working on my calendar crates October from Stitching with the Housewives, which I really want to finish because I got the piece to finish it on like they do, and I know exactly where I want to put it. And of course, I put it down and I don't work on it. So I hadn't worked on it since, until last night for this whole week. So I pulled it out last night, and I just kept the roof, like I was working on the haunted house and up here on this white, and I just kept messing it up. I mean, there's nothing wrong with their pattern. It was totally me. I just was messing up and pulling out and pulling out. Finally, I had to just get a new piece of floss and redo it, and then it was fine. I also had to change the gray out of this because on my fabric, the gray was not showing up very well, and I couldn't, if I went too light a gray, it looked white almost. So I couldn't find a gray that really was working. So I think I like what I switched it to, but I'm sticking with it regardless. It's good enough. I actually switched it to a dark purple. So it was supposed to be like a medium gray. I don't even know if I have it here. Yeah, it was supposed to, well, I don't have the one they called for because that totally wasn't going to work. But I tried this Victorian Motto Toad Spell. But it just, you know, if I showed it, I mean, it looks like it would show up there on the camera. But in real life, it just really was not looking great. I didn't love it. So I chose to instead do the gray parts either brown, like for the broom handles were gray. So for the broom handles, I did Pecan Pie by the Gentle Art. So I did those in brown, but then the other parts of the gray where it's the house and the quilt and that, the house, the quilt. Well, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the witch's hair yet, but the house and the quilt, I did, where is it? Rainy Day by Classic Colorworks. So this is what most of the house is Aunt Marie's Violets. This is the purple that's called for all the purple in the pattern. So I added this in for the gray, and they do look, I think, pretty nice together. So, and it just shows up nicer on my fabric. So there's that. The rest are called for pretty much. Embers is the orange. This isn't the yellow, but it's similar. let's see, the yellow is supposed to be yellow gold, and I have that in with another pattern, so I'm using this Harvest Moon, which I really like by the Gentle Art. It's a really just Harvest Moon color gold. Pretty. And then my green, they called for bean sprout. I don't have any bean sprout, so I had pea pod, so I'm using that. It's similar. So those are my flosses, and here is my progress. And I'm doing this on 28 count fiber on a whim. I want to call it Night Sky, but it's whatever fiber on a whim's dark gray black is. And that is my progress. So there's the purple. That should have been gray there, and where that dark purple is, that should have been gray. And down here where this dark purple is right here, that would have been gray. Move this over. I have this little Halloween doll here, and she keeps getting in my way. But yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. I don't look at it and go like, oh my gosh, I love it, but it's fine. But I'm really bad about when I change. I often want it to look just like the designer did it. So I have a really hard time being like, no, it doesn't have to be exactly the exact same floss and all that. You can change it a little bit. So yeah, that's our progress. So my plan is I'm going to decorate today, start decorating, and work on this and see how much I can get done by the end of the day. So that's why I want to get this video done, so I can get going. Because next weekend, well, I'll tell you at the end, next weekend, Eric and I are going somewhere fun. So I want to get a lot done this weekend, because then I have to go back to school after that. Okay, so that's one of my WIPs. Let's see, are we at new starts yet? Nope. Oh, this is the WIP that I was like, ugh. All right, so I don't like this. This is Zweigart charcoal, and I'd much rather stitch on fiber on a whim. I'm just not, or for dark colors, that will chit. I just have a hard time seeing the holes on this. I just keep making mistake after mistake after mistake. So I mean, I really want to finish this and get it up, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I love the pattern, hands-on design. Let's talk autumn. But I'm just struggling with the fabric. So I messed up and actually made a hole in my fabric. That's the first time I've ever done that. So here it is. I still have the needle in, so ignore. So, I mean, it's just been slow go anyway, but then when I got down to here, it was off, the scarecrow. It kept being closer. As I started here and worked my way back, and it kept getting closer. I still think it's a little closer than it's supposed to be, but I was like, it is what it is. So at this C right here, I had done all back to here, and I realized this was going to touch this letter. And so it was nighttime, and I was tired, and I started ripping it, and I was not careful, and I put a hole in it. And I didn't realize I put a hole in it until the next day when I woke up and I wasn't tired anymore. I should really only stitch in the morning, but then I would absolutely get nothing done. So I made a hole. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do now? So I moved it a little bit. So I think I moved it down. I don't even remember now. A little bit. And I was able to stitch around the hole. But then I thought maybe if I fray check it, at least it'll kind of bind it together and it won't be as noticeable. So I looked it up, and someone did recommending fray check it. So I did that and dried it. And then they said, if you hadn't already stitched what was supposed to go there, you cut a little piece of the fabric off and you back the hole with that. I'm not sure, with a little glue or what, or maybe you just, maybe temporary glue, because then you stitch over the piece you put there. So you kind of patched it. So I didn't do that because I had already stitched there. But the fray check did kind of pull it together, at least not have strands. It looks flat now, and you can't really tell that much. I don't know. Can you find it? Can you find the hole? Yeah, I was like, oh, jeez Louise. So I love this one, but I'll be happy to be done because I don't love this fabric. I think I may, if I can't find a, I mean, I like the witch hilt. I could do it on that. But I'm almost tempted to start changing everything to just some kind of brown. Because, anyway, that's done with the called for colors. Oh, I feel a hot flash coming on. Our weather has cooled off here beautifully. So most of the time I'm fine. And my hot flashes had kind of subsided for a while. But now I feel like they're coming back. Anyway. You don't care about that. So let's see what's next. Okay, this is a new start. We're into new starts now. Yay. So I had planned a long time ago, I wanted to start this on Labor Day. So I got this, I found out about the pattern, I didn't even know about it, from Elizabeth Can Stitch. She had shown her progress on it, and I was like, oh, I've never even heard of that pattern. So it's a Labor for Learning, which I thought was perfect for being a teacher, and you know, I love all school theme stuff. And for the beginning of the year and for Labor Day. So I was like, okay, it's gonna be my Labor Day start. So I started it, and I just did a teeny weeny start just to get it started on that day. But here's what it is. I think the colors are so pretty. I love I just love everything about it. The girl, the birds, all of it. So I actually ordered all the called for floss and had it ready to go. And I have this piece of, I think it's just Zweigart cream. I think. I could look up in my cross stitch journal if you want to know the exact color, but I'm pretty sure it's Zweigart cream. But I just have a teeny tiny start on a giant piece of fabric. But there is my teeny tiny start. I got the bird and part of the vine going around the side. So I started up here in the top left, and I did that bird, and I just started a little bit of the vine. So that's it, but I really like it. It's gonna be super cute. So someday I'll get back to it. These ones just kind of like whenever I feel like it. Here are the flosses for it. Pretty colors. Like I said, I believe they are all called for. The white, actually, I think I changed out and made a little whiter because my fabric was really light and it wasn't really showing up, but they're all basically the same. Okay, now my next one is another sampler, but it's like Halloween. I don't think I had this started in my last video. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I think I talked about 1 and 2. So it's Whilst Ira Snaps Designs, Winifred Webb, 1869. Which I just loved a lot about this, and a lot of it made me think Halloween-y. So I think I said in my last video, April, May, June Stitcher. She's here on Floss Tube, and on Instagram is where I followed her originally. I just found out she had a Floss Tube actually, so and it's really good. I think she lives in England, but anyway, she changed just the Halloween colors, and I love that because to me Winifred is a very like witchy name. The witch in Hocus Pocus is Winifred that Midler plays. And then Webb, to me, Winifred Webb just is a really Salem 1800s witchy name. We all know I'm obsessed with Salem witches. I don't know why. Anyway, and 1869, I was born in 1969, so I thought that's cool, 100 years before I was born. So I am pretty much copying April, May, June Stitchers. Someone else did it too in the Halloween colors. And they both had some orange and some black letters. And I wasn't really sure like how they chose. I was assuming it was maybe initials, but it was more than just their initials because it wasn't just 2. So I decided, I didn't really know what they did. I decided to do the first initial of all my immediate family, all my kids and my husband and me. And then my maiden name last initial and my married name last initial. So that's what I did. So here is my progress. I mean, it's little. I should have more done. But once again, when you're working on 50 million things and you work a full-time job, that does not happen. So, so I did C for mine because Carol Lee. And then E, my husband's name is Eric, and my youngest daughter is Elizabeth. We call her Ellie. And then G for my oldest daughter is Greta. And then I, my oldest son, my son is Isaac. And then N is my son Nura, who's really we took him in high school. He's here from Nigeria. He was a basketball player. Anyway, he needs somewhere to live. So he came to live with us then, and he's been with us ever since. He's married now and lives in Houston. But anyway, that's N for Nura. And then P, my maiden name is Prahoda. A hard name. I was very happy to trade in Prahoda for Wolf. Sorry, Mom and Dad, if you're watching, but Carol Lee Prahoda is just a long name. I know whenever I'd introduce myself, people are like kind of look at me because it's just, It's just the first and the last name are very different and long. So, so P for Pahoda and then W for Wolf. So that's how I decided to do it. Now, April, May, June Stitcher also put in some spider webs and stuff, which I'm totally copying off of her when I get to that point. But that's, I have, you know, the whole border done, and then I'm just working on the alphabets. So, I mean, it is almost half done. I'll do W, X, Y, Z here, and then numbers 1 through 8. I don't know why it's just numbers 1 through 8. Nope, there's no 9. And then there's the lowercase alphabet, and then there's her name, 1869. So I would like to have that done by Halloween this year. I should get it done. And then this is on a piece of, I am pretty sure this is Weeks, but I don't know what size it is. It almost looks, I'm guessing it's 28 or 32. I think it must be a 32 count. But, oh, no. It's Confederate Gray. Yeah, it's 32 count Weeks Confederate Gray. That's what it is. Because I was trying not to cut into my piece of Confederate Gray, but I just love this black and orange on it. I kept trying it on different ones, and I was like, nope, I like that. So, yeah. What time are we at? 36. Sorry, it's been almost 4 weeks. Okay, so that was a new start. Doesn't even have a bag. I just carry it around like that. I gotta put it in a bag. And then this one, Michelle, who is, oh my gosh, tell me I'm not gonna remember this. Oh, Stitching by the Moon on Instagram. Sorry, Michelle. Just, Michelle at Penny's Daughter Shares. You do forget stuff when you get online. You also forget stuff because you're old. But getting online, you know, or getting on the camera, as soon as I start recording, I'm like, oh, my brain goes. But anyhow, Michelle, Stitching by the Moon, started this. And I saw her start, and I was like, oh, I love that so much. It was the Blackbird Designs one. I thought, oh, I hope it's not out of print. I hope I can find it. So I'm like, let me Google it. So I Google it, and it comes up in this book. And I was like, oh, I have that book. So I had it. That's the good part about being an obsessive shopper for craft supplies. You often have what you see that you like. So, Winds for Autumn. They put a bunch of their fall projects in here. And it is, Mighty Acorn. I was just like, that is just fall right there. I just love all the colors. I love everything about it. So once again, I was like, I have to have that floss. So I just ordered all the call for flosses pretty much. And that's what I'm using. And I made a little start on it. It won't be done this year, but I just wanted to get it started because I love it so much. She started, I think, doing the leaves up here, which is so pretty. I decided to start down the bottom right corner because I'm right-handed. So really it's smarter to start, because if I start here, I have to turn my fabric so I stitch in hand that way. Or if I start here, I can just stitch in hand. Whatever, doesn't matter. But Mighty Acorn. So this, I love this project so much. I had this little piece of, what do they call it? Oh, I have the name somewhere. It's a Lakeside Linens vintage pecan butter, something like that. And I was like, oh, I really love this project. And I really loved how the flosses looked on it. Let me pull them out. It's all really browns and greens. I ordered the oranges and they're here. I just didn't put them with it yet. I should grab them. But here is all the flosses against that. I thought it was, hold on. Get organized. Okay, so here's my progress. I'll show you that first. This is just the bottom corner. I started here and I worked over, and then I went back here and I'm moving up there. And here are the flosses. No, Sadie. Sorry. Sadie, no. No. Thank you. They've been really good. They've been sitting right here. My husband and my daughter are away, so it's just me and them. And we're having a good old time, aren't we, girls? And they're trying to be good. But a Saturday afternoon when everybody's walking by, walking by our cul-de-sac, they don't like that. Good girls, you stop. That's a good girl. So yeah, there's a couple oranges that go with that, but they're over on my table. Actually, no, they're right here. Hold on. I didn't put them away yet. I ordered a bunch of floss for both those, bunch of weeks. I really like Weeks floss. Let me see it, and I will show you. Let me find the oranges real quick if I can. So it's Cognac, I think, in Carolina Sea Salt. Okay, so here's Carolina Sea Salt, so that goes with it. And I think there was another one. Hold, please. No, not that one. No, not that one. Oh, here it is, Cognac. So these two are the leaf colors. Oh, look at that. It's so pretty on there. Oh, I just love it. So this is 32 count. I think vintage pecan butter, I think is what it is called. And I got that when I went on my trip to Pennsylvania, and we stopped at the cross stitch store up there that Nicole from Nicole Needleworks always talks about, that she goes to, that's by her house. She can't remember the name of it right now because I'm on camera. Yeah, so anyway, that one. When we stopped there, they had a piece of that and a piece of Aqua Fabrics by Stephanie that I got. Okay. So, did I just throw those back? No. Okay. So that was another new start. And there's one other, I mean, I want to make everything in that book, but there's the one with the owl and the moon. I may start that one this weekend or here soon. Just dropping everything on the floor. It's a mess. Okay, now I've got two in here. So I always join the Shannon Christine ornament clubs. I haven't stitched anything by them yet, but I have them all. But I started stitching it one finally. So I started this one. I started Comments at First Bell. And I'm doing this on fiber on a whim, 28 count affogato. So here's my little baby start on that. And I'm using the called for DMC. Yeah. So I love how she gets these color variations from using different colors of DMC. And it's really fun to see it come together. So that is Shannon Christine, her Halloween ornament club. Last year she didn't have Halloween, I don't think, but she had a Christmas one, which was beautiful, and I have them all, and I need to use them. But she always calls for a little bit of Krynic and some beads. So the beads are on their way to me from 1, 2, 3 Stitch, and this is the Krynic, and I love Krynic. And then I'll just show you, here are all the hot mess of flosses, but ooh, look at those pretty colors. So next year for my Halloween tree, I'll have these. And I forgot to bring it out here, but I have all those Stitching with the Housewives ornaments stitched. So I think I'm going to try, well, I'm not going to try. I'm going to get those fully finished because I have all the fabric and everything to do it this week sometime as well. So those will hang on my tree this year, but these won't be till next year. Okay, so that's another new start. This one I love. This is the kit I ordered. This is the 36 count fabric. So I was watching the amazing, wonderful Christy from Crosshatch Quilts, and she was saying that her and some other people, Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Farm, I think there was someone else too that they're all friends with, were starting this, and there was going to be their Wednesday stitch. Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts always talks about how she has a Wednesday stitch and she just stitches it on that Wednesday, and her and another friend do it. And I think she had been doing Olga's stocking and just finished it, so this is her new Wednesday stitch. So I was like, oh, I have that, which I totally forgot about because I have too much. So I dug it out, and I was like, ooh, it's on 36 count. I hope I can do that. I might have to change it for 32 count. And so I started it this past Wednesday. So, I mean, I don't know them. I'm by no means friends with them. I'm not trying to say that. But I just thought I'm just going to do what they're doing. I'm just going to stitch it on Wednesday just because it'll get me stitching it. And it's, fun. Okay, let me stitch that on Wednesday. So I'm trying to only stitch it on Wednesday because I have so many other things to stitch. But I'm finding I really want to go back to it. Anyway, sorry for all my blabbering. It is Stacy Nash Primitives Turkey Hollow Farm. I think it's really cute. And I do decorate for Thanksgiving, so this would be so, I would put this up all fall, but this would be fun to have up at Thanksgiving. So if I could get it done, that'd be awesome. But, so this is 36 count. It says it's Weeks beige. I thought beige was darker than this. It reminds me more of a Weeks parchment but I don't know. Maybe it's just a lighter one. Anyway, it's really pretty. And it's with all the called for colors because it was kitted. So, where are all the rest of them? Oh, here they are. I still have them in the bag, so we pull them all out. A little bit of blue in this, which I love. So it'll be pretty with my, that other Blackbird one that I started last year that Christy and Lori were doing. The Blackbird, the one with the bowl of fruit. Something of plenty. I can't remember. I haven't worked on it in a while, so I haven't looked at it. But it would be pretty with that one. Okay, so these are the colors that were in the border that I've started. So I had those out separately. So it's Weeks Dye Works Palomino, Hazelnut, and Schneckley. So that's what I've started. And then these are all the other colors I haven't gotten to yet. I don't know if you care. I guess I can read them to you. Weeks Dye Works Twilight, Dolphin, Gunmetal, Havana, Loden, just the only real green in it. Tiger's Eye, Straw, and Whiskey. Just really rich, beautiful colors. So there it is on the fabric. This and that Mighty Oak, I just love those colors. And here is my teeny start, but this was fast actually. I mean, this isn't a lot, but I didn't take very long to do this. And I could totally see the 36 count without a magnifier, with just my glasses. I started, where did I start? I started in the top right this time. So I started up here and I went all the way down. I'm almost done with this, just the leafy border. And then I went back and I started going across the top, and then I just felt like doing a flower, so I went and got a flower. Okay, sorry. This little border right here is what I mean, not the leafy. This little border. And then I went back into the flower, and now I can add in some of the leafies. So that's that. But I really, really like it. So now I'm like, okay, I thought I was only ever going to stitch on 32. Now maybe I can stitch on 36. So I this morning ordered a couple more 36, one in fiber on a whim to see if I like that brand of fabric in 36. And oh, American Chestnut, I got a piece of. She had it in there. I was like, oh, I have to have that. Brenda and Laura always talk about that one. I'm like, well, let me see what it's like, because I don't often have like the really nice linens, because they're kind of hard to get since the pandemic started, and I only started stitching like a year before the pandemic. So yeah, but I am loving that. So I'm having a very hard time not getting back to it before next Wednesday, but I'm going to try to stick with that so that I can get my calendar grates done and all the other stuff. I had a laugh because Michelle at Penny's daughter Cher was talking about how she just wants to start everything. Like, she's like, I want to start this and do this now. I want to start this and do this now. And that's how I feel. I just have to sometimes stop looking at Instagram and just block everything out and just try to finish what I have. Okay. That is it. That is all the WIPs I've been working on. I do have more in here I would like to start, but I have not yet, but we'll see if I get to any of those. I'm not going to even show them to you. Okay, so let's get on to, if you're still with me, my haul and kind of plans type of thing. Okay, so should I do stitchy haul first, or should I do decorative haul? I think we'll take a break for the stitchy and we'll do some decorative haul. Okay, so I wrote down the names of these people because I knew probably people would want to know, because it's super cute, this thing I got. So I was looking, I'm seeing a lot of the prim decor around, and I'm really liking it. I've never really decorated with prim decor before, but I'm starting to. So I wanted some prim Halloween. So I went on Etsy and found Muddy Creek Primitives, and she has a lot of really pretty prim stuff. I mean, all over Etsy there's so much beautiful stuff, but I saw this, I kind of wanted like a doll or something, a witch or something. So anyway, I saw this pumpkin head doll. So So here she is. Isn't she adorable? Look at up close. Look at her little striped stockings. And she made this, it's like a real stiff Halloween banner. Like she made it out of paper but then stiffened it with this cool yarn. But it's stiff. I don't know what she stiffened it with, or maybe she put wire through it. I'm not sure. But it's really awesome. And this homespun little dress of hers. And there's the fabric on the top, and then this little moon. It's a metal piece. And then her little head. Hello. Isn't she adorable? And is that a real stick? No, that's I don't know what that is. It almost looks like a real stick, but I don't think it is. It feels like fabric kind of. I'm not sure. But so cool. Here's the back of her. Can I see how big she is? Nice base she's standing on, and it's kind of distressed. Oh, I just love it. So yeah, that was Muddy Creek Primitives, and it shipped really, really quick. So obviously she had it finished. It was already done when I ordered it, so that was nice. I also ordered from another place on Etsy a witch. It's like a witch head. It reminded me of, you know, when we were little and we played with those Barbie doll heads, and you know you could do their hair and stuff. It's like that shape, but it's a witch head, and it's really prim. So that I think she has to make and then send me, so it's going to be weeks. But this was ready to go. So now, you know that Not Forgotten Farm pattern, Reverend Gordon Squash Bottom? I have that, but I haven't started it. But since I got her, I'm like, oh, I have to do him and do the girl one and put those near her. That would be so cool. So that's my goal for next year. I don't think I could get them done this year, especially with all I've started, but oh, I love her. So yeah, visit on Etsy, Muddy Creek Primitives. Beautiful stuff. Okay, and then this one I can't tell you. I mean, I got this from an antique store near me, and it's just an artist at that antique store. I don't believe there's any other way to get it. But if you live near me, it was in Marietta, Georgia. It was the antique store on the corner of Whitlock Square, the Marietta Square, right across from the Starbucks. Or catty corner from the Starbucks, there's an antique store there. So if you live in the area, you know where I'm talking about. I can't remember the name of it right now, but this adorable, it's a drawn mouse. Sorry, there's gonna be a lot of glare because this is just kind of a chintzy frame. But yeah, it's a pen. I think it's just an ink pen, I don't know what you call it, ink drawn. Sorry, my phone is popping up the message, so if we go out, I'll have to restart, you know why. But yeah, it's just an ink drawing, and they've somehow colored in the pumpkin, but I love mice, and I thought she was super cool. They also had like a giant floor signs one that was huge, but I thought this was plenty big. So yeah, so I found her, so she will go up. Was there anything else not cross-stitch related? I don't think, although my daughter got me the Squishmallow. Are any of you into Squishmallows? She got me that little witch. Her name is Madeline. I thought she was really cute. I'm actually going to take her to school to decorate. And then I also got, I don't know what's I'm into the dolls lately. I'm not into pops. I normally don't get pops, but this was a Ruth Bader Ginsburg pop. Look at her. I just thought she was the best. So hold on, let me read this. Storage low, tap to manage. Okay, I'm going to stop here and check that out, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I cleared out some stuff. My husband's not home, so I didn't want anything to get totally messed up because I wouldn't know how to fix it. Okay, so I was talking about little Ruth here. So she's new. So if you're into pops and you're into Ruth, I got her off of Amazon, but you can also get them off the Pop website too. So yeah, so that was just a fun little purchase. She sits up here. There we go. Okay, so I think that's all my non-cross-stitch or non-crafty related stuff. Okay, so let's get to cross-stitch haul. Okay, so this first one is a Haunted House Sampler by Twin Peak Primitives. And Emily C. here on Floss Tube, and she is Eclectic Possessions on Instagram, was going to start this, and I guess she had a lot of interest, so she decided to start a stitch along. And it doesn't start until October. I want to say October 15th, but you could watch her video. She talks about it, and check out her Instagram. She talks about it there as well. But, so I was like, oh, like I said, I can't not do a stitch along, especially if it's Halloween and it's a haunted house. So I was like, I love that, you know, whatever. Even if I get 5 years and I get it done, whatever. But it is a haunted house sampler. Okay, so I didn't realize how big this is till I printed it out this morning. I'm like, oh, just lots of pages here. Sorry. So I look at the size, and it is 200 by 228. I don't know why I was just thinking like it'd be that big, but it's super cool. It calls for all DMC, I think, so I'll have to see what they look like. It's a real orangey oranges, it looks like, which is what it looks like in the picture. So I don't know if I'll darken them up at all or change them at all, or just leave it like that. I do really like it the way it is. This orange just, to me, is just a little reddy orange, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. But super cool. So that starts here in October. Yeah, I love like the black grass below and how it says Halloween in the grass. Yeah, so this is a download you can get from Twin Peak Primitives Etsy shop, and that just came up again saying low storage, so I hope this doesn't cut out again. I'm going to try to go fast here. So then also from White House Stitchery, she came out with these cute little So Spooky, and she has some other just regular, like not Halloween sewing patterns like this. I think I'm going to make these into little pillows for right up here. I have a bunch of her patterns, but I haven't finished any of them. Yeah, my storage thing keeps coming up. I hope you're not seeing that, and I hope it doesn't go out. But anyway, I think I'll make them little pillows for my tiered tray up there. And I was thinking about using this this fabric by Fabric Flare, but I have to see. So far, I haven't liked the floss I pulled with it, so we will see about that. But White House Stitchery on Etsy, So Spooky. And then Not Forgotten Farm. I love this. The Witch is in. As soon as I saw it, I had to get it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, that's like full coverage. It's small, but it's like full coverage. Well, I say it's small. Do I even know that? It's 143 by 140, so that's not terrible. But it's a lot of stitching. But I love it. And then I kitted up Penny's daughter Shares. I keep talking about her because I've just been watching her all this week. She's done all these and finished them, and she put them in this little like metal trough. She got a Hobby Lobby, and it's so cute. So go over and check that out. So I pulled 25 count vintage cloth, the Heritage. I think I'm going to do them on. And I started pulling flosses. What I had. I'm not done yet. So I may start that. I also got my Color and Cotton fabric and floss. I just get the 5 all colors, but she was showing the prim, and I'm like, ooh, I might need the prim too. It's really pretty. So there's my Floss of the Month club for that. And then my fabric, my last of my 32 count is Balmoral, and it's, I'll take it out. It's like a gray brown, it's like a taupe color. It's really pretty. So this is 32 count. So I emailed them and asked them if I could switch it to 36 count Lugana, because I think maybe I'll really like that. So I'm going to try the 36 count. And then I thought, should I change the 36 count linen instead of Lugana? But then I thought the Lugana will probably be really easy because the holes are easier than the linen. So I'm going to stick with that for now, and we'll see. Sorry, I'm going fast because I don't want this to stop. And then I also, when I finish the sew by row, hold on a minute. I'm going to start this So Happy, another stitch along that the Fat Quarter Shop just started, but I love it. So I'm going to wait till I get that one done, which like could be today. And then at some point I will start this. They've already started the stitch along, of course. And they're doing it on Lori Holt's new Shadow 25 count, which is like just a light grayish white. But then Kimberly has been stitching a lot on this pale gray gingham, which I just love. But I thought it only came in 14 count, so I did order the 14 count. But then I found it also comes in 32 count. So look, it's a little lighter looking. There's the difference between the two. So I may do it on that. I don't know, we'll see. And then I had to get another piece of fiber on the whim, and I actually ordered some more this morning of the 36 count fiber on the whim because I love them. This is Caramel Macchiato. I'll take it out of the bag. They have so many awesome neutrals, so I'm just trying to order one each time I order something to just kind of see what it's like. I mean, look at that modeling. I just think it's beautiful. Yeah, so Caramel Macchiato. This is a 28 count. And then I keep seeing people talk about this pattern, and I love October. It's October's Party by Little House Needleworks. And it's just a poem, and it's really cool. I won't read the whole thing since my phone might go out here soon. But check it out. Look it up, and you can read it. It's October gave a party. The leaves by hundreds came. I'll stop there. But it's a really cute poem. So, yeah. So I might start that soon as well. And then I just love this. I have never made a berry, so I thought this might be my first berry. Wicked Cute by Erica Michaels. Look at that little witch with the glasses. Is she not perfect? Maybe that'll be my screen grab. My light is kind of blowing it out. But I got her, and there is a really good berry tutorial online. It is, I can't remember the lady's name now. Not Vonna. Oh, I'll link her below. And she really took you through step by step. It's a really good tutorial. And then 2 Pumpkin Sprites. I thought this was adorable by Liz Matthews. I also have her. It's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus, and I think I'm going to start that like this week as well. Because I don't think that would take long, and that would be super cool. And then my stitch cards came, the school themed ones. Oh my gosh, I love these so much. That gingham apple is the best. So cute. And then my hats, Hands Across the Sea. I ordered Eliza Martha Lindfoot from England, and it's amazing. This probably took a couple weeks to come, but it's $3 shipping no matter what you order from hats. Anywhere in the world, $3 shipping. So there it is. Now I gotta just decide on my floss and fabrics. I didn't order the floss because I didn't want to splurge for the silk yet, but I might splurge for the silk. We'll see. So, but I just wanted to have it. So that, oh wait, one more thing. And my tomato needle minder, scissor minder from Lori Hill. Ever since I saw this was coming out, I was like, oh, I need that. So cute. Okay. So I have a boatload of other stuff over there. I'm just going to show you my plans. I'm trying to get all the Halloween stuff done that I have kitted up, like quilty stuff. So there are all my plans for quilting type stuff to make this week. So when I come back to you, I'll show you what I got started out of that mess over there. But I just have so many awesome kits, and they're just sitting in my baskets. I need to get started on them. So that is all I have for you today. So hopefully it won't be another 4 weeks till I see you again. I may be back with a quilty video. I may not. Soon, we'll see. I hope everybody's having a great fall. I hope it's cooling off where you are. It's gotten beautiful here. I won't do much of a update because I think my camera's going to run out. But all kids are good. Family's good. Everybody's doing well. School is insane this year. It's like the kids from being home so much are like, nope, we don't want to be in school. Behavior issues. I've had throwing chairs. I mean, it's just been nuts. But a lot of the kids are happy to be there and you know, trying. But it's just, you can tell they're just not used to the structure of school. So it's been one of the most stressful years I think we've ever had. Like, there's usually a behavior issue here and there, but it's like every classroom, multiple behavior issues, and just emotional issues, and just, it's just rough. And COVID is running rampant. So anyway, pray for us. But we're on fall break now, so all is good. And we'll get through it. You know, we're working through it. It's just harder than it normally is. So anyway, I hope everything is good with you. If you have not subscribed and you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. I would love to get, I'm at, I think, like 1,500-ish or a little more subscribers. I would love to get to 3,000 So that would be awesome. That's like double what I am though. But when I look at analytics, which I don't often, but I happened to look one day, and 60% of the people who watch are not subscribed, which I think I said before. But anyway, please subscribe if you like it. I mean, if you hate it, you already are gone probably anyway. But if you've watched this long, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Happy fall. Bye.